Hey there. Let's begin our advanced class with a shoulder warm-up. Windshield wipe the arms in front of the chest, one arm on top and then the other. This advanced long cycle class will need lots of shoulder mobility. Torso rotation, pivot at the hips, allow your heels to peel off the ground and let your arms slap against the sides of your body. Over the shoulder, one arm in front of the chest and one arm behind the head. Let gravity pull blood to the fingertips. One arm swing, big circles in one direction. Bend the knees, belly braced, and circles in the other direction. Switch arms. Change direction. Wrist or grip warm-up. Flick your fingers as if you have something on the outside of your nails. Now grip, like you're pulling something towards you. Interlace your fingers and roll your wrists out. Change direction. Elbow circles. Now hip circles. Hands on top of the hips, and then make circles in one direction. Include the torso. And when you're ready, change directions. Circles get bigger. Knee circles. Step your feet together, place your hands to the top of the knees and make small circles in one direction and then small circles in the other. Second set of hip circles. Balance on one foot, or you can hold the side of a wall and make big circles with your knee, stirring your femur in your hip socket. Change direction. And then other leg. Change direction. And step your feet wide, groin stretch. Legs are wide like a sumo squat, toes turn out, pry your thighs open and look over the opposite shoulder. Switch sides. Lateral lunge. Step your feet even wider, toes turn out. Bend one knee, place your hands on the thigh, and then bend the other. Transition from right to left side. Sink your hips back, pull your belly tight, weight in the heels. Plant your hands on the ground and rock from right foot to left, deepening the inner thigh stretch. Dragon push-up. Crawl your hands to the front of the mat. Pivot. Your left foot is outside your left hand. Small pulses. Bend the elbows. Move into dragon twist. Inhale your left hand to the sky. Exhale, touch the right thigh. Inhale to lift and exhale, dive down. Your eyes follow your fingers and your hips stay low. Downward facing dog. Step your feet back, hips up, and pedal it out. Eyes look to your thighs. Palms press down flat. Inhale to a high plank position and exhale to down dog. Transition between plank and down dog by bending your knees a lot in downward dog. We want to focus on opening the chest for each down dog. Dragon push-up on the other side. Step your right foot outside the right hand. Bend the elbows. Get the chest low. Allow your right toes to open up. Knee falls away from the shoulder. Dragon twist. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Exhale, touch left thigh. Your belly is tight. Your back leg is active. Move with your breath. Ankle tap, alternate arm. Find down dog. Reach your right hand towards your left ankle. Look under the armpit. Get used to having weight in one hand. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, switch. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, switch. Transitioning between plank. Load bearing in the overhead position for one hand at a time. Dragon step. Walk both feet outside the hands and walk both feet back into plank. Forward and back. Your toes turn out wide. Step the feet all the way next to the hands. And then step both feet forward, squat. Each inhale lower, each exhale squat. Sink the weight back into the heels. Feet grip the floor. Lift your inner arches, support the ankles. Do 4 more. Butt kickers. Heels touch your bum. Light feet. Shake out the arms. Steady your breathing. Elevating the heart rate, getting you prepared for our kettlebell warm-up next. High knees, knees lift. Swing hop. Hinge at the hips, hop at the top. Try to press your hips forward and up as you hop. Our heart rate is elevated. Let's start our kettlebell warm-up with alternate hand exchange. Modification, 2-handed swing. Use your light bell to start. Exhale to stand and inhale to bow. We only have about 30 seconds. Hinge at the hips and pull your belly tight. Keep a broad and open chest the whole hinge. Each time the bell goes through the groin, the handlebar is right next to your inner thighs. Clean. Rack the bell on the right side. Swing through the legs and back into rack. It's a small quarter swing. The bell travels vertically up and down. Your rack position, elbow is low to the body, and think thumb to chest. Switch sides. Stack your hands, flip the bell, and do 8 on this side. Imagine you're holding a towel underneath your armpit. Your lat is engaged the entire duration of the clean. This is going to keep the bell from moving too far forward away from you. Think about dropping it straight down and pulling it straight up. Press. Rack it, stack your hands, flip the bell to the other arm. Exhale, press overhead. Exhale, back to rack. Your elbow transfers forward on the way up and forward on the way down. Resist letting your arm go wide to the side. We want the power to come from our legs, particularly in our next overhead set. So keep the elbow on the hip and keep the elbow moving forward so your legs can push. Now switch sides and do 8 on this side. Notice how bend knees to add a little bit of a hop. Your overhead position, bicep by ear. Alternate swing. Option for two-handed swing. Swing and switch hands at the top. This time, inhale to stand up and exhale to bow. Inhale the bell and arm lift. Exhale, arm squishes ribcage. Keep the handlebar higher up in the groin. And you're done. C-curve. Take a seat on the mat. You can windshield wipe your knees side to side, a little bit of recovery. And then we're going to meet here in a seated position, hands under thighs. Exhale, tilt the spine. Inhale to lift. Exhale, pelvis tilts and the lowest part of your belly contracts. Move with your breath. Find your C-curve and hold. Right toe lifts, left toe lifts, alternate toe tap. Option to reach the hands. Otherwise, you can hold on to your thighs. Roll up. Roll all the way down. Reach your hands to the sky and straighten your legs out. Press your heels down. On your exhale, roll up, reach past the toes, and then exhale, roll back down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, exhale, roll down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, exhale, roll down. Do that 6 more times. You're rolling your spine down 1 vertebrae at a time, gluing your heels to the floor. Your fingertips never reach up and over your head. Your fingertips go from the sky to your toes, and that's it. One more. Roll all the way down, side banana. Roll over to the right side of your mat. Place your head on your bottom arm. Fingertips reach up overhead. Your top arm, hand press in front of the chest. Now lift your legs. Your legs are in line with your hips. Your heels are touching and inner thighs squeeze. If this is uncomfortable for your hip bone, then slide your feet forward a couple inches. Hold it at the top. Swimming. Lay down onto your belly. Stack your palms. Point your toes. Lift your thighs and pedal your feet. Little sips of air here. Your goal is to get your thighs off the ground instead of bending the knees. And release. Arm, leg lift. Lift right arm, left leg on an inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, switch arm, leg, and exhale, lower. Each inhale, you're lifting the opposite arm and leg. Keep your bicep by your ear and your eyes look down to the mat. Long back of the neck. Do one more on each side. Side banana. Roll to your other side. Lay down on your arm. Your top arm is bent with your hand to the floor in front of your chest, feet together, feet in line with hips. Keep heels touching and lift the legs. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Press down with the top hand. Hold it at the top. Rock up. Lay down on your back and bring your legs into tabletop, hands under your thighs. Round your spine and rock up 3 times. Roll like a ball, not square like a dice. Come on up to a standing position and get some water. Enjoy your water break. We've made it to our first active exercise. This is a 3-bump overhead hold, 8 on each arm. When you're ready, move your light bell to the front of the mat. Rack it on the right side. Rack is low, elbow down and thumb to chest. We'll bump the bell from the chin height, nose height, to forehead height. Then we'll press overhead. Again, chin, nose, forehead to overhead. Start by bending the knees and hopping. The bell is going to lift and your arm is going to travel with it. It's 3 bumps, getting higher, and then an overhead hold. Hold here, stack the weight over the shoulder, and then bring it back to rack. 3 bumps, low, medium, and high. And then on your 4th bump, press all the way to the overhead position and hold it. Exhale back to rack. 3 bumps, bend the knees, allow the hips to lift. The bumps get higher each time, and the 4th one goes overhead. Hold here, exhale back to rack. You have 5 more. Each time you bump, the pressure of your hip against your elbow causes the bell to lift. Each time you bump, you expand your ribcage to inhale. The ribcage expanding also assists with the bump. Each bump, your arm is completely dead and relaxed. What's lifting the bell is a combination of your hop from your hips and your ribcage expanding as you inhale. What I'm trying to do is to teach you how to lift the bell as energy efficient as possible. We've got another one, 3 bumps, 1, a little higher, even higher, and then overhead hold. Nice job. Switch sides. Rack it, stack your hands, flip the bell to the other forearm. Chin height, nose height, forehead height, and then overhead. Bump once, bump higher, bump even higher. Now bump and press through overhead hold. Exhale back to rack. Repeat. You've got 8 in total. The bump happens with your knees bending and your hips traveling forward. As you rise up into your toes and your heels lift the floor, your hips lift even higher. It's like a quarter of a hop. Because your elbow is connected down to your hip, the elbow is going to lift in the motion of your hop. That combined with the expansion of your rib cage on your inhale, the bell can float without using your arm strength all the way up above your head. Your overhead hold is showing confidence at the top, finding stability with no wobble. Can you do one more? Bump low, bump high, bump higher, and then overhead. Nice job. Bell down, jump jack. Move the bell off the front end of the mat, out of the way. Elbows go wide. Let's make it a lazy jack to give our arms a chance to recover. Light feet and steady breath. Shake your arms out. Alternate clean with a squat. We did regular cleans in the warm-up. Now we're going to alternate our clean. We're going to switch hands on the way up into rack. Grab the bell with your right hand, rack it, and hold it. I'll show you from the front. We're going to quarter swing 8 times, and your opposite hand is just going to tap the top of the handlebar at the top. On the way up is the connection. On the 8th swing, slide your opposite hand into the handlebar and hold it in a rack. Add your squat. And we go again. 8 quarter swings, your opposite hand taps it at the top of the handlebar on the way up, and on the 8th, insert the opposite hand and place it into rack. Add your squat. All right, we do that 8 on each side, so 16 total. You can do our modification by preparing with 8 swings, tapping it with the opposite hand at the top, and then inserting into the other side rack, and then adding a squat. Just like before, 8 swings, tap it at the top, keep the bell close to the groin, keep your shoulders back and chest open, and on the last one, insert the opposite hand and place it into rack. Add your squat. From the front, I'll change each time. 1 quarter swing to switch, squat. Again, 1 quarter swing, immediately switch, squat, and repeat. Switching hands into rack position is pretty smooth, but you need to have room. So when you drop the bell into the quarter swing, transfer your grip from the top of the handlebar down to the bottom of the handlebar. You quarter swing with your grip at the bottom of the handlebar so that the top space has plenty of room for your opposite hand to insert and grip. Just a few more. Nice job. Reverse tabletop. Bell goes off the front end of your mat. Take a seat. You can windshield wipe your knees. And then your hands are behind your back with your fingertips facing forward. When you're ready, your knees come to center, your feet to the floor, hip distance apart. Fingertips turn to point towards your toes. Exhale, hips lift in line with shoulders, knees, and inhale down. Exhale, lift, inhale down. Do it at your own pace. You're countering the shoulder rotation. Boat crunch. Hips down, legs lift, hands under thighs, fine boat. Exhale to crunch, knees to chest. You can hold your hands under your thighs, place them behind your back, or reach your fingertips forward. 4 more. And lay all the way down, alternate log roll. Reach your fingers to the sky, straighten your legs, and flex your feet. On your exhale, lift opposite toe and hand touch. Fingertips only go from the sky to the opposite toe. Try not to bring your arms overhead. That's when you swing and use momentum. Side banana. Roll over to the side. Heels and toes touch, bicep by ear. This time, your legs and your head and shoulder lift. Your arm is glued to the side of your head. You're really pressing down with that top arm. Swimming. Roll onto your belly. Thighs will lift and pedal. Modification, just the legs. Otherwise, your arms are going to pedal as well. Glue your forehead to the floor. Your arms lift above your ears. Keep your legs straight. Little sips of air. And release to side banana on the other side. Top hand to the mat in front of the chest. Bicep by ear, head and shoulder and legs lift. Heels glued together, feet in line with glutes. Your body is one big pencil. Rock up. Lay on your back, legs to tabletop. Rock 3 times up into a seated position. And then we'll come to a standing position for a water break. A little bit of recovery here before our very last set. Now, since this is an advanced class, we're starting to build longer and longer sets. Alternate long cycle for 3 minutes. You're going to change hands each time. Change happens during the clean. Grab your medium bell, rack it, and hold. Exhale, press. Exhale, rack, quarter swing, switch hands. Exhale, press. Exhale, rack, quarter swing, switch hands. You're switching the entire time, so it's one and then the other, one and then the other. This will help you last the full 3 minutes. Remember, your overhead position, stack the weight over the shoulder, your elbow transfers forward on the way up and forward on the way down. Your quarter swing happens really close to the inner thighs. Turn up your tunes and just zone out while you do this. 1 minute down, 2 minutes left. Move with your breath. Exhale to rack. Exhale to press. Exhale to rack. Exhale quarter swing. Exhale rack. Each end point is an exhale. Your inhales will happen automatically. Rather than focusing on the work, why don't you focus on small little bits, like your toes? Your feet grip the floor the whole time. Or focus on bicep by ear at the top. You're over halfway there. 2 minutes down, 1 minute left. Even though you're fatigued, you keep going. Try not to think too much about the discomfort. Instead, think of what you're going to eat after this class. Exhale to press, exhale to rack, exhale, quarter swing and switch hands. You're so close. You can finish this. Just one more on each side. Last one. And done. Nice job. You get a well-earned water break. Remember to stay hydrated during the summer season. Arm swing. Stay standing and swing your arms across the chest. We want to relax the upper body. This cool down isn't going to be very long, but I recommend watching the long cycle stretch class in my wake up and warm up playlist. Torso rotation, pivot the hips, let your arms slap against the sides of your body. Deltoid stretch, cross one arm in front of the chest, hook it with your elbow, and pull your shoulder blades down. Switch sides. Tricep stretch. Elbow to the sky, fingertips between the shoulder blades. Lift your chin and pull your rib cage in. Switch sides. Reverse tabletop. Make your way down onto your mat. Take a seat, hands behind your back. Fingertips point toward the toes. Exhale, lift the hips, and inhale to lower. Twist. Drape your knees over to the right. Continue rotating all the way behind you and place both forearms to the floor. Rest here. When you're ready, inhale to come up and pass through center. Drape your knees to the other side. Continue rotating, forearms to the floor. When you're ready, inhale, come up and take a seat. Try the long cycle stretch at class in the Wake Up and Warm Up playlist. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.